All right, so everyone seems to be talking about getting out of your comfort zone, but
Yeah.
honestly, I'm kind of burnt out on the whole idea.
Yeah. I get that.
So let's see if there's a better way to think about it.
Okay.
We're going to be diving into Kristen Butler's book, The Comfort Zone,
Okay.
and some interviews with her, too,
Cool.
to see if maybe there's a better way to think about growth and achieving goals.
It's interesting because most self-help advice pushes us toward constant discomfort,
Right.
right? Like success is on the other side of pain
Right.
and all that.
Yeah.
But Kristen's approach kind of turns that idea on its head.
Yeah. Her own story is a pretty wild example of that.
Oh, yeah.
The woman was bedridden for 2 weeks.
Wow.
Lost her business doctors, telling her that stress might prevent her from having kids.
Oh, my gosh.
You'd think that would send anyone spiraling.
Totally.
So what did she do?
That's what's so fascinating, is instead of doubling down on that hustle harder mentality,
Right.
she went in the complete opposite direction.
She actually started her business, Power of Positivity, from a place of deep self-care.
Okay, so how did that work? Was it just her being positive
Yeah.
that led to success?
Yeah. Was there something more strategic going on?
That's where it gets interesting.
Okay.
Think about the typical self-help advice, right? It's often about pushing yourself to the limit,
Yeah.
even if it means sacrificing your well-being.
Right.
Kristen argues that approach is unsustainable
Okay.
and, frankly, makes us more likely to burn out and give up entirely.
So she's saying the no pain, no gain idea is actually harmful.
Exactly.
Wow.
And what's more, this ties into confirmation bias,
Okay.
which is our tendency to seek out information that supports what we already believe.
Right.
So if you believe that success requires struggle, you'll likely focus on examples that confirm that belief, even if there's plenty of evidence to the contrary.
Right.
Think about it. Have you ever found yourself scrolling through social media,
Oh, yeah.
seeing all these successful people grinding away,
All the time.
and feeling like you're not doing enough?
Oh, all the time. And then
Yeah.
I end up feeling even more stressed and behind.
Exactly.
So is Kristen saying we should just chill out and success will magically appear?
Not quite.
Okay.
She proposes that there are actually 3 zones we can live in.
Okay.
The first is what she calls the survival zone,
Oh, right.
which is where a lot of us find ourselves today.
Oof, that sounds way too familiar.
Right. It's that constant state of stress and overwork where we're always pushing ourselves to the limit.
Yeah.
And the problem is, it's not sustainable.
Right.
Eventually, that kind of intent pressure leads to burnout,
Mm-hmm.
which can land us in what Kristen calls the complacent zone.
Okay.
This is where we give up, become afraid to take risks,
Oh,
and essentially just go through the motions. It
Yeah.
feels safe, but it's actually masking deeper insecurities and fears.
so it's like we're trading one unhealthy extreme for another.
Right.
Where does the comfort zone actually fit into all of this?
That's the key, right? Kristen argues that true comfort isn't about stagnation or avoiding challenges.
Mm-hmm.
It's about finding a state of flow where you can take inspired action
Right.
that's aligned with your values and goals.
Okay.
She actually redefines the whole concept of the comfort zone,
Interesting.
suggesting it's not about staying small,
Okay.
but about creating a space where you can sustainably grow and thrive.
Okay, so it's not about numbing out or avoiding life's challenges. It's about approaching them from a place of strength and inner peace.
Exactly.
I like where this is going.
Yeah.
But how do we actually get to that point?
Well, Kristen suggests we need to start by challenging some of our deepest beliefs about success and struggle.
Okay.
We need to ask ourselves if this always-on mentality is really serving us,
Right.
or if it's actually holding us back from achieving our full potential.
I'm ready to ditch the hustle if it means finding a more sustainable path to success.
Absolutely.
So how do we start shifting those ingrained beliefs that keep us pushing ourselves to the breaking point?
Kristen compares expanding your comfort zone to the rings of a tree.
Okay.
It's about gradual outward growth,
Right.
not a sudden jarring leap.
Okay.
It's about taking small, consistent steps that build upon each other over time.
Okay. I can get behind that.
Yeah,
It takes the pressure off needing to be perfect right away.
totally.
So what's the first step in this tree ring approach to growth?
One of the exercises she suggests is visualizing your expanded self.
Okay.
So who do you want to be? What kind of habits and routines does that person have?
Mm-hmm.
And then start incorporating those things into your life today,
Okay.
one tiny step at a time.
I love that.
Yeah.
So instead of focusing on some huge, overwhelming goal,
Right.
you're just taking small, manageable actions
Yeah.
that move you in the right direction.
Exactly.
It's like laying down the groundwork for the person you want to become.
Precisely. And Kristen breaks it down even further with your 3-step acclimation process.
Oh, okay.
The first stage is that feeling of unfamiliarity and discomfort. Like you're drawn to this new way of being, but it still feels a bit scary and outside your norm.
I definitely feel that way about letting go of the hustle mentality.
Oh, yeah.
It's scary to think about approaching success from a place of ease and flow.
Right.
It feels almost wrong.
That's exactly where courage comes in. It's about being willing to push past that initial discomfort,
Okay.
knowing that with practice, it will get easier.
Right.
It's about trusting that there's a different way to achieve your goals, even if it feels counterintuitive at first.
So what happens after that initial push past the discomfort?
That brings us to the second phase of acclimation,
Okay.
where the new action or habit is becoming familiar, but it's still a bit uncomfortable. You're getting better at it, but it hasn't quite become effortless yet.
So this is where a lot of people might give up, right?
Yeah.
They think, oh, this is too hard, I'm not good at this, and they revert back to their old ways.
Exactly. This is where consistency is key.
Okay.
It's about showing up even when you don't feel like it.
Right.
Trusting that with each repetition, you're building confidence and competence.
Yeah.
You're essentially proving to yourself that you can do this, that you can change, that you can grow.
Okay, so you push past the initial discomfort, you stay consistent even when it's hard, and then what? What's the final stage of this acclimation process?
Well, the third phase is where things get really interesting.
Okay.
This is where the new habit or skill becomes familiar and comfortable. It's integrated into your identity. It's just part of who you are.
So it's like you've expanded your comfort zone without even realizing it.
Exactly.
What was once challenging and unfamiliar is now second nature.
That's the beauty of it. And this whole process, Kristen argues,
Yeah.
is far more sustainable than forcing yourself into constant discomfort.
Right.
It allows for genuine growth and transformation without sacrificing your well-being.
Okay, I'm starting to see how this could be a game changer.
Yeah.
So we've talked about the importance of shifting our mindset and gradually expanding our comfort zone.
Right.
But what are some practical tools we can use to actually make this happen?
Kristen emphasizes the importance of a daily gratitude practice.
Yeah, I've heard that before. But how does gratitude actually help us achieve our goals?
Think about it this way.
Okay.
When you're focused on what you're missing,
Yeah.
you're coming from a place of scarcity.
Right.
You're constantly striving, never feeling satisfied.
Mm-hmm.
But when you're grateful for what you already have,
Right.
even the small things,
Yeah.
you create a sense of abundance and contentment.
Okay.
This makes you more receptive to opportunities
Right.
and less likely to burn out from constant striving.
That makes sense. So it's not just about feeling good, it's about shifting our energy to be more open to receiving good things.
Exactly. And it ties into Kristen's emphasis on connecting with your inner child and finding more joy in the process.
Okay.
She even suggests asking yourself every day, what would be fun today?
I love
It
that.
sounds almost silly,
Yeah.
but it's about tapping into that sense of playfulness and excitement.
That can make the journey feel less like a grind and more like an adventure.
I'd love that. We'll be right back after a quick break to explore more of Kristen's practical tips for expanding your comfort zone and creating a life you truly love.
Welcome back. I think it's so powerful how Kristen challenges us to rethink our relationship with fun and play, especially as adults.
Right. It's like somewhere along the way we get the message that being an adult means being serious and responsible all the time.
Right.
But what if bringing more joy into our lives is actually the key to unlocking our full potential?
Kristen argues that when we're doing things we genuinely enjoy,
Yeah.
we tap into a state of flow.
Mm-hmm.
Work doesn't feel like work anymore.
Right.
It becomes this natural extension of who we are and what we love.
Okay, but let's be real.
Yeah.
Not everything in life is going to be fun and games.
Yeah.
There are always going to be challenges and tasks that we just don't enjoy.
Right.
How does Kristen's approach address that?
Well, she's not saying we should only do things that feel good in the moment.
It's more about approaching even those less than thrilling tasks from a place of intention and purpose.
Okay.
It's about recognizing that even those have-to-do items are ultimately moving us towards a bigger goal that we're passionate about.
So it's about finding the meaning and motivation behind the tasks, even if they're not inherently fun.
Exactly. And this connects to another powerful tool that Kristen recommends,
Okay.
creating a comfort zone vision board.
Ooh, a vision board.
Now, you might be thinking, isn't that just for those big, far-off dreams?
Right.
But Kristen suggests starting by acknowledging what you've already accomplished.
Okay, I'm intrigued. What does that look like in practice?
It could be as simple as listing out all the things you're proud of, big or small.
Yeah.
Maybe you finally landed that new client, or you stuck to your workout routine all week,
Right.
or you had a really meaningful conversation with a loved one.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, acknowledging those wins helps to build confidence and reminds you that you're capable of achieving amazing things.
It's like we get so focused on what's next that we forget to celebrate how far we've already come.
It's like that saying, you can't pour from an empty cup.
Right.
If you're constantly depleting your energy and focusing on what you haven't achieved yet, you're not giving yourself the space to recharge and appreciate your own progress.
That makes a lot of sense. So by celebrating our wins, we're essentially filling up our cup,
Yes.
which gives us the energy and motivation to keep going.
Exactly. And that's where the Comfort Zone Vision Board comes in.
Okay.
It's a visual reminder of everything you've already accomplished and a powerful tool for manifesting what you want to create in the future.
All right. So we've got gratitude, we've got fun, we've got celebrating our wins.
Right.
What else can we do to start expanding our comfort zone and creating a life we love?
Kristen emphasizes the importance of challenging limiting beliefs.
Okay.
These are the negative thoughts and assumptions
Right.
that keep us feeling stuck and prevent us from taking action.
Oh, I know those all too well. The I'm not good enough, I'll never be successful, I don't deserve happiness kind of thoughts.
Exactly. And the problem is, those thoughts create a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Yeah.
If you believe you're not capable of achieving something, guess what? You probably won't.
So how do we break free from those limiting beliefs? Is it just a matter of thinking positive thoughts?
Well, it's a bit more nuanced than that.
Okay.
Kristen recommends using affirmations,
Okay.
which are essentially positive statements that counteract those negative thoughts. It's about consciously choosing to focus on what's possible
Right.
instead of what's holding you back.
So instead of thinking I'm not good enough, you might say I am capable and worthy of achieving my goals.
Exactly. And it's not just about repeating the words. It's about feeling the truth of them in your body.
Right.
It's about embodying that new belief system. It takes practice, but over time, those positive affirmations can start to rewire your brain
Yeah.
and create a more supportive inner dialogue.
Okay, so we're challenging those negative thoughts, replacing them with positive affirmations. What happens next? How does that actually translate into real-world change?
Well, when you start to shift your mindset,
Yeah.
you naturally start to make different choices.
Okay.
You become more willing to take risks,
Right.
to step outside of your comfort zone, and to pursue opportunities that might have previously felt out of reach.
So it's like a ripple effect.
Yeah.
One positive thought leads to another, which leads to a new action, which leads to a new result.
Precisely. And that's how you create lasting change. It's not about forcing yourself to be someone you're not. It's about allowing yourself to evolve and grow in a way that feels authentic and aligned.
That's really inspiring. It's like we have more control over our lives than we realize.
Yeah,
We don't have to be victims of our circumstances or our limiting beliefs.
exactly. And Kristen emphasizes that it's not about striving for some unattainable ideal of perfection.
Right.
It's about embracing imperfection and being kind to yourself along the way.
That's so important. It's so easy to get caught up in the pressure to be perfect, to do everything right, to never make mistakes.
Right.
But that's not realistic, and it's definitely not sustainable.
Right. And that's where self-compassion comes in.
Okay.
It's about treating yourself with the same kindness and understanding that you would offer a good friend.
Yeah.
It's about recognizing that you're human, that you're going to make mistakes, and that's okay.
So instead of beating yourself up when you slip up, you can choose to learn from the experience and move forward with more awareness and self-love.
Exactly. And that's how you create sustainable change.
Right.
It's not about forcing yourself to be someone you're not. It's about allowing yourself to evolve and grow in a way that feels natural and fulfilling.
I love that. So we've talked about challenging limiting beliefs, embracing self-compassion, but what about actually taking action?
Right.
How do we bridge the gap between intention and reality?
Kristen talks about the power of visualization.
Okay.
It's about creating a clear mental picture of your desired outcome. Not just seeing it,
Yeah.
but feeling the emotions associated with it.
So for example, if you're visualizing yourself giving a presentation with confidence and ease,
Right.
you wouldn't just see yourself standing on stage. You would feel the energy of the audience, the sense of accomplishment, the pride in your work.
Exactly. And that emotional connection creates a stronger neural pathway in your brain,
Interesting.
making it more likely that you'll actually achieve that desired outcome.
Okay.
It's like you're mentally rehearsing for success.
That makes sense. It's like training your brain to believe in your own
Yeah.
capabilities. And that belief is what ultimately drives you to take action.
It's about shifting from a place of doubt and fear
Yeah.
to a place of confidence and self-assurance.
Right.
And when you believe in yourself, anything is possible.
One of the biggest takeaways for me from all of this is that it's okay to prioritize my own well-being.
Absolutely.
It's okay to set boundaries, say no to things that drain my energy, and create a life that feels good on a soul level.
Absolutely. It's about shifting from a scarcity mindset
Mhm.
to an abundance mindset.
Right.
It's about believing that there's enough for everyone
Yeah.
and that you're worthy of experiencing joy, peace, and fulfillment.
This feels like a really important message, especially in a culture that often glorifies busyness and self-sacrifice.
Yeah.
It's a reminder that it's not selfish to take care of yourself. It's actually essential.
Because when you're feeling good, you're able to show up more fully in all areas of your life.
Right.
You're a better partner, parent, friend, worker,
Yeah.
a better human being.
It's like that oxygen mask analogy on airplanes.
Exactly.
You have to put your own mask on first before you can help anyone else.
Exactly. And Kristen takes it a step further, suggesting that we're not alone in this journey.
Yeah.
She talks about this idea of co-creation, which is tapping into a higher power or creative force for support and inspiration.
This reminds me of that Marianne Williamson quote, "Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure." It's like we're afraid to tap into our full potential because we don't trust ourselves or the universe to handle it.
What if we could release that fear and embrace the possibility that we are capable of far more than we ever imagined?
Right.
What if we could allow ourselves to be guided and supported by a force that loves and cares for us unconditionally?
I think that's where the real magic happens.
Yes.
When we surrender to something bigger than ourselves, we open ourselves up to infinite possibilities.
And that's the beauty of Kristen's message.
Yeah.
It's not just about achieving success on a material level.
Right.
It's about living a life that feels aligned, joyful, and purposeful. It's about finding that sweet spot where comfort and growth coexist,
Right.
where you can pursue your dreams without sacrificing your well-being.
So we've covered a lot of ground here.
We have.
We've talked about the importance of questioning limiting beliefs, embracing self-compassion, and tapping into a higher power for support.
Yes.
But what are some practical steps listeners can take right now to start putting these ideas into practice?
One of the simplest yet most powerful things you can do is to start a daily gratitude practice. This could be as easy as writing down 3 things you're grateful for each morning or evening.
Or even just taking a few moments to reflect on the good things in your life and really savor those feelings.
Exactly. It's about shifting your focus from what you lack to what you have.
Right.
And this simple act can have a profound impact on your mindset, your energy, and your overall well-being.
Kristen also suggests asking yourself, what would be fun today?
Yeah.
And making time for those activities that bring you joy and make you feel alive.
It's about reconnecting with your passions and injecting more playfulness into your life.
And remember, it's okay to start small.
Yeah.
You don't have to make radical changes overnight. Just pick 1 or 2 things you want to focus on and start incorporating them into your daily routine.
Consistency is key. Small, consistent actions will create far more lasting change than sporadic bursts of effort.
And don't be afraid to ask for help.
Yeah.
If you're feeling stuck or overwhelmed, reach out to a friend, a mentor, a therapist, or even that higher power you connect with.
All right.
You don't have to do this alone.
Absolutely.
There are resources and support systems available to help you along the way.
So let's recap. Challenge those limiting beliefs. Cultivate self-compassion. Connect with your passions. Practice gratitude. Ask for help.
Yeah.
And most importantly, trust the process.
It's a journey, not a destination.
Exact.
Embrace the ups and downs, celebrate the wins, learn from the challenges, and keep moving forward one step at a time. In our final segment, we'll explore some of the potential benefits of embracing this new perspective on comfort zones and how it can positively impact not just your own life, but also the world around you.
Stay with us.
Oh.
Welcome back. So we've been talking about how embracing comfort in, a new way
Can help us reach our own personal goals, but what about the bigger picture?
That's an interesting question. What is this shift in mindset?
Yeah.
Isn't just about individual success, but actually has the potential to create
Yay.
a ripple effect of positive change in the world.
Yeah. Kristen Butler actually talks about this idea of a heart print.
Oh, wow.
which I thought was a really beautiful way to describe the impact we have on others.
I like that.
Yeah. So what is a heart print?
It's essentially the legacy we leave behind through our actions and our interactions.
Okay.
It's about the energy we bring to the world and how that energy affects those around us.
So imagine if instead of spreading stress and burnout, we were radiating, kindness, compassion, and genuine connection.
What kind of world could we create, right?
That's a powerful thought, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like if we each focused on cultivating inner peace and joy and then let that energy flow outward,
Right.
it could have a transformative effect on our relationships, our communities,
Yeah.
even the world at large. I love that. It's like that Gandhi quote, "Be the change you wish to see in the world."
Yes.
If we want to see a more compassionate and loving world, we have to embody those qualities ourselves.
Exactly. And it starts with taking care of ourselves.
Yeah.
Creating a life that feels good on a soul level.
Right.
And allowing that inner peace to radiate outwards.
So if you're feeling burnt out, overwhelmed, or stuck in that hustle mentality, maybe it's time to reconsider your relationship with your comfort zone.
What if instead of viewing it as a place of stagnation, you saw it as a foundation for growth, creativity, and expansion?
What if giving yourself permission to prioritize your well-being was actually the key to unlocking your full potential?
What if by embracing comfort in this new way, you could create a ripple effect of positivity
Yeah.
that extends far beyond your own life?
It's a powerful invitation to step into a new way of being,
Right.
a new way of creating a new way of living.
And who knows, maybe by embracing this new perspective on comfort zones, you'll not only transform your own life, but also inspire others to do the same,
Right.
leaving behind a truly beautiful heartprint on the world.
That's a wonderful thought to end on. Thanks for joining us on this exploration of Kristen Butler's The Comfort Zone.
Yeah, thanks for listening, everyone.
Until next time, keep exploring, keep growing, and keep creating a life you truly love.